this special episode of Unleash Your Inner Goddess with me, your host, Sarah Joyce Hindle. Now, if you've listened to any of the previous episodes, you will know that I am launching a digital course called Elevate, and it launches next week. So you have less than a week to grab the early bird price of £99, because on Tuesday, the 26th of April, when it launches officially, it will be £222, which is still an absolute bargain for the phenomenal changes that you will receive from completing this course. The reason this episode is special is because I wanted to give you a sneak peek into Module 1, Part 1. So, Part 1 is all about sleep, and we spend around, on average, a third of our lives sleeping. It works out that the average person spends 26 years of their life sleeping, which equates to just under 9,500 days. Surprisingly, we also spend 7 years trying to get to sleep. So that's 33 years or just over 12,000 days spent in bed. So sleep is pretty important. And our bodies work on a circadian rhythm, which is essentially a 24-hour cycle that is part of the body's internal clock. It is running in the background, carrying out essential functions and processes. One of the most important and well-known circadian rhythms is the sleep-wake cycle. When it is thrown off, it can cause sleeping problems such as insomnia. And when it is aligned, it can promote consistent and restorative sleep. For a lot of people, sleep isn't regarded as important. People will choose to work late into the night or disrupt their sleep patterns by going to bed or getting up at wildly different times of the day. This confuses our bodies and disrupts that rhythm. And it's the first thing that people give up when they have a deadline looming or a test to take. Do you remember the late night cramming at school before a test? While last-minute recaps can work, the best thing you can do before an important test, interview or call is to be well rested. And our brains work best when we have had a decent night of good quality sleep. We can show up with more vigour and more energy when we are well rested. And we are less likely to get stressed out or lose it when things get tough. Because we're not dealing with sleep deprivation. We're making better decisions when we sleep well too. There are literally so many reasons to start prioritising your sleep. And when we look at maximising the potential for a good amount of shut-eye, it's not just the length of time we are in bed. Yes, for most adults, the recommended amount of sleep is around 7 to 9 hours, but the quality of sleep is just as important and what you do on the lead up to sleep. And just a quick reminder that those 7 to 9 hours don't include scrolling on social media before bed, playing Candy Crush, reading, or even the time it takes to actually fall asleep. It's full-on sleep time. So consider the past week or so. How have you felt upon getting up in the morning? Super groggy? Snoozing the alarm? Leaving it until the last possible minute to get up and then rushing around like a blue-ass fly to get everything done in time for work or in time for the school run? I thought so. Let's get your sleep fundamental elevated. And that was a small clip from Module 1, Part 1 on sleep. We go into greater depth on various topics such as prioritising what you do before you go to bed, getting the best shut-eye, maximising your potential for staying asleep, and how you can elevate yourself in the morning as well. And when we consider our lives, when we're not taking that holistic approach, when we're not elevating all areas of our lives, we are going to come up with issues and things that aren't working out for us. So we could be hammering business strategy all day, every day, but if we're not working on the mindset, we're going to fall short. Another example is getting more clients, being paid, having a higher revenue, but doing 60-hour weeks and not going to bed till midnight. That is going to be to your detriment. It's not sustainable. What we want to do is we want to elevate all areas of our lives simultaneously. And doing this holistic fundamental of looking at our sleep is paramount. I would love, love, love for you to come on your elevation journey with me and grab Elevate whilst it's at the early bird rate. If it's not at the early bird rate when you're listening, believe me, it is worth every single penny. You have access for life. You can watch the videos again and again. You can do the meditations again and again. You can level up every single year and do the same content again and again and again. Now this content, when you purchase it, It is drip fed, and so that means you're going to get a new part every week. And that's so that you don't get overloaded. It's so that you don't think, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. It's so that you don't rush through trying to implement all the things and end up, just overwhelmed and stressed and unable to cope. And then you just bench it and you go back to your old ways of living. I don't want that for you. I want this to be successful for you in the way that it has been successful for me. So this is what I want to share this episode. I am literally, 6 days out now as I record this, so I'm very excited. Yeah, go check it out. The link is in the show notes. And that's it from me today. Take care.